Welcome to yet another Raga video. In this video, we're going to be looking at a very important Raga. This one's called Kalyani. We started the series with Shankarabaranam, and Kalyani is sort of similar in scale, wherein Prati Madhyamam is there in Kalyani while the Suddha Madhyamam there in Shankarabaranam. Kalyani is very similar to the first Raga of the series that we looked at, Shankarabaranam, where the Suddha Madhyamam in Shankarabaranam becomes the Prati Madhyamam in Kalyani. There's a lot of differences. We will get into the details. Let's look at a few famous songs in Kalyani, both with respect to Carnatic as well as film. Carnatic songs, I'm sure you're all familiar with the Vanajakshi Varnam. Then there is Talli Ninnu. Nidhi Chale Sukama. When we look at film songs, there is the very famous Sundari Kannal Oru Seidhi. Quite a few Ilayaraja sir's favorite songs are there as part of the Kalyani Raga series. If you haven't guessed the song already, that's Janani Janani. And then you also have the famous song from Mannan. Then so we tried our best to find more recent songs from the 90s to the later in Kalyani, but we couldn't find any. If you know any song, do drop them in the comments. So let's get to the nuts and bolts of how Kalyani works. It's a Melakarta Raga. This is in the 65th Melakarta. All the swaras of Kalyani have Gamakas. Hence it's called Sarvaswara Gamaka Variga Rakti Raga. Rakti Raga means beautiful Raga. So there are quite a number of beautiful Ragas in Carnatic music. In an earlier video I had mentioned the 5 Ragas, Bhairavi, Kambodi, Kalyani, Shankarabaranam. But there are a lot more Ragas like Riti Gaulai, Natakurunji, Kapi. Any raga that has very characteristic phrases is called a Rakti Raga, and Kalyani of course is one of them, where every swara has, it's not that every raga has this feature and Kalyani has it, so it's special for that reason. Looking at the Aarohanam and Avarohanam, Sari Gama Padani Sa Ni Da Pa Ma Ga Ri Sa are the plain notes. So now when we are going into Gamakas, there is a Kampita Gamaka in all swarams. So Sa Sari Sa Sagari Ga Ma Pada Pari Pasada Dasani Sa Sa Ni Da Sada Pa Ma Ga paga, re, sa. So, apart from these slides, there are also a sense of Kampita Gamakas where you are sort of oscillating between the re and the ga. Ga is oscillating between ga and a little bit towards ma. When I say between ga and ma, it's not all the way till ma. Similarly with re, it's not all the way till ga, but it's just... That's a Kampita Gamaka. Pa, sa and pa are always plain. You can see, excepting sa and pa, every swara is oscillating. It has a Kampita Gamaka, and that is a very unique feature in Kalyani Raga. So I hope you've understood the scale of Kalyani along with the sort of the Gamakas that are there in the scale. Now let's go to a few phrases. I want to start with what would make good Aalapana starters, because it's very important for certain important ragas, like let's say for Rakti ragas, it's very important how you start a raga. So with Kalyani, there are a few characteristic, can I say, iconic ways in which you can start the raga. So if you start this Raga Aalapana of Kalyani with this sort of a phrase, trust me, everyone who knows Carnatic music, from the first 3-4 notes, they'll understand you're playing Kalyani, and they will also appreciate you for starting it in a very, very iconic and a pure way. So these are things that you get when you listen to the Kalyani Raga Aalapanas from like 10, 15 concerts or songs. You will see a lot of them start more or less in this way. Gamakas. You see the Kampita Gamakam on re. Re ni sari gari with the Kampita Gamakam on re. Another way to start is so again, this is very close to how Nidichala Sukama. Nidichala Sukama. So from a lot of kritis, you can get the phrases of the ragas as well. And this is a good way to start. Gada. Another way to start is above. Nisanini na padani. That's another way to start, where usually we start the alap below, but this is a way to start it above. A few phrases that is worth mentioning. Again, I like to mention phrases that are outside of the obvious scale-based phrases. Ni, re is used a lot. That also uses a lot. Is used a lot. Is again a phrase that is used a lot. Padani pa dama pa gari pa ma pa ma pa ga. Again, that's a very characteristic Kalyani phrase. Again, padani pa. Pamari gari can also be used when it's part of a certain phrase where you could skip the ga. So, alright, so with that phrases, let's go into a simple Aalapana of Kalyani. I'm going to stop and, as always, explain any phrases that need any explaining in terms of the Kampita Gamaka or a specialized Gamaka or a phrase. it's very important for you to take care of these Kampita Gamakas. You notice the Kampita Gamaka on Ga and Ri. These are extremely suggestive of Kalyani. The very interesting thing is, let's look at Shankarabharanam. The Ma of Shankarabharanam is the same as the Ga of Kalyani. For example, that's the Ga, right? In the Shankarabharanam, so you see, the Ma of Shankarabharanam is the same as the Ga of Kalyani. Although they are two different notes, it's the same sound, and that's what makes the Kampita Gamaka so important, that it adds so much character to a raga. One more thing is, in Kalyani, the Ni can also be a plain note. You could do the Kampita Gamaka as well. So you can stay for a slightly longer as a plain note on Ni compared to other ragas like Shankarabharanam. Okay, going back to the Raga Aalapana. That's a nice phrase. Gama pa maga, gama pa pamari. Stay for as long as you feel like on Pa. You can't be plain on the. Not for too long at least. You see that phrase? Gari. Niriga niriga. that is Kalyani for you. I hope you enjoyed this video talking about this very, very beautiful raga. I'll see you all for another raga very soon. Hey, thank you for checking Indo Soul Academy video. And if you want to subscribe to Indo Soul Academy, click on the subscribe button here. And very importantly, like if you like our videos, share, and to help it reach many, many more people. If you want to register for one of our offline or online courses, click on the link in the description to know more. See you all soon.